So far, we have been building our movie matcher project step by step using structs, slices, and functions to recommend movies based on the user interface. But today, we are going to take our project to the next level by introducing our user interface to make our code more flexible, testable, and extensible. So let's ask first the question, what if tomorrow we want to change how we recommend movies? What if we want a new algorithm maybe based on the user rating or the viewing history, not only the user category? If our recommendation logic is tightly coupled to our data structure, changing it will require edit in many places, and that's a nightmare. Interface solves this by letting us define behavior, not structure. So we will define an interface called recommender. Is of type interface, and our main logic will depend on the interface, not the specific implementation. We can swap out recommendation logic easily later. We make our code we will make our code more modular and testable. This interface will have a function called recommend, which will take a user and return a slice of movies with an error, actually. So any type that has a method called recommend that take a user and return a slice of movies and error is a recommender. So let's create a struct that implements it. I will call it category recommender. And this category recommender will have a field called movies. It's of type slice of movie. So now we need to implement the recommend method. We already defined it here, but we need to do some update there, since the recommend function that we defined here take only as a parameter a user. So we need to delete the second parameter and grab the movies instead from the category recommender. So let's define it as a receiver. And here I can grab the movies. So now the category recommender implement the recommender interface and satisfy the interface. So let's try to test this in our main function. And for that, I will create a recommender variable. Using the category recommender struct that we defined. And let's take a field of movies. And then I will call the recommend function and pass in as a parameter the user jack that we defined. So this will actually return a list of movies and also an error. So let's check first if the error is different than null. If it's the case, we need to print the error. If it's not, we need to loop over the result or the recommendation, the recommended movies, to print them using a for loop and using the range function. I will just do not title. And actually it will not work because we don't have any. I will add just a movie called of type comedy because our user, and don't forget to add the comma at the end. And I will add maybe a science fiction to our user preferred categories. Let's save the file and try to run it. And here we go. We got Inception, Interstellar, and The Hangover. Because these movies are of type comedy and science fiction. So you can see now how we can use interface to make our projects or our code more extensible and testable with interfaces. That's it for this lecture. Let's take a quick break and come back in the next one.